Panapanahon ng pagkakataon, may babalik bang kahapon?
2013 was a year of commitment. The Philippine Information Agency and the Department of Environment and Natural Resources committed to partner with each other to advocate for the protection, preservation, and conservation of the environment and to lead advocacy activities for climate change mitigation and adaptation throughout the country. December 27, 2013, the day when DENR Regional Director Benjamin T. Tumaliwan and PIA Regional Director Purita Eslica signed the Memorandum of Agreement for the joint effort to disseminate information on climate change adaptation and mitigation, and to implement advocacy campaigns among the various sectors of the society. As kick-off activity, a press conference was conducted through the PIA's Tipon-Tipan radio and TV program attended by majority of the local media practitioners before the actual launching of the program.
Agad nating i-implement o gawin ang mga nararapat dahil ang climate change po ay realidad, hindi na po ito threat lang.
On June 10, 2014, the PIA and DENR regional offices conducted a simultaneous region-wide tree planting activity and a forum. In Cagayan, 500 workers of the government and private institution, non-government organizations, and the academe, media practitioners, students, and private individuals participated in the tree planting activity. A total of 1,000 tree seedlings were planted. In Isabela Province, particularly in the Sanro Nagilian plantation site, some 1,000 tree seedlings were planted by officials and employees of various national government agencies and local government units. 500 seedlings were also planted in Quirino Province, and another 500 tree seedlings in Nueva Vizcaya. Another tree planting activity led by the PIA in Region 2, iClub and DENR Penro Cagayan was conducted at Garab-Igig Town on July 18 during the project's nationwide launching. Another kick-off advocacy activity of PIA and DENR Penro Isabela included the Advocacy Walk on June 25, followed by a symposium on climate change adaptation and mitigation. The event was participated in by 500 government employees, students, and media practitioners in the province. To reach out to people in the far-flung areas, PIA Cagayan launched a weekly radio program dubbed as Panahon over DZGR Bombo Radio Tugigaraw, followed by another live program at PBS Radyo ng Bayan Tugigaraw. PIA Nueva Vizcaya also launched its Damag Tiaglawlaw program over DWRV. Each program episode in the 3 stations were canned and which were bicycled to the other radio stations throughout the region to include DZYT, Sunshine Radio, FBN DZCV, DWSI, MBN Radyo Natin Apari, and DWBT Batanes. Another component of the joint project already conducted were on-the-spot extemporaneous speaking, essay writing, and poster-making contests aimed at generating awareness and concern for young individuals to participate in the protection of Mother Earth. To effectively convey the message on climate change to the targeted audiences, the regional offices organized its Speakers Bureau. A one-day workshop was conducted to the speakers to come up with their brief and concise lectures. The Speakers Bureau include experts from the Philippine Information Agency, Department of Environment and Natural Resources, Provincial Environment and Natural Resources Office of Cagayan, Mines and Geosciences Bureau, Environmental Management Bureau, Department of Science and Technology, Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council, Department of Social Welfare and Development, and Office of the Civil Defense. Each member speaker is given a time slot to discuss their assigned topic relative to his agency's programs and activities on climate change adaptation and mitigation during the Pulong-Pulong and campus tour events. To ensure that the youth become multipliers of the advocacies on climate change, campus tours cum symposia were also conducted. Some 2,000 students of the Cagayan State University Carig campus and more than 1,400 students in Cauayan City actively participated in the symposia event on October 9 and November 17, 2014, respectively. On October 24, or 2 weeks after the conduct of the campus tour at CSU Carig campus, OIC Campus Executive, the Engineer Policarpio Maborang, informed the agency that they already started to enforce the anti-plastic bags within the campus. The campus likewise now collects plastic bottles for recycling purposes. A rainwater harvester facility was also installed within the campus. The collected rainwater is now used to flush toilets and water garden plants. In Cauayan City, the student participants and teachers vowed to be ready, especially in their homes, with their family survival kits containing ready-to-eat foods, water, flashlights, extra batteries, medicines, and etc. Also installed advocacy tarpaulins bearing Lakas Likasan, which was eventually changed into Kaligkasan tarpaulins. 4 advocacy tarpaulins were installed in strategic areas region-wide, particularly in the strategic areas in Tuguegarao City, Solana, Cagayan, Nagilian, Isabela, Gataran, and Gonzaga towns in Cagayan Province. To further intensify our advocacy efforts, the agency also produced IEC materials in climate change mitigation and adaptation, solid waste management, tree growing, environmental protection, and surviving disasters. One component of the project with high impact is the back-to-back Pulong-Pulong sa Barangay and LGU capacitation, where we cluster disaster-vulnerable towns for dialogue on what must be done to mitigate and be able to get adapted to the effects of climate change. The first Pulong-Pulong was conducted for the officials of Apari and Bugay. In attendance were SB members, MENROS, MDRRMOs, BDRRMOs, and other barangay officials. Other Pulong-Pulong was also conducted for the officials of Santa Teresita, Gonzaga, and Santa Ana towns. Gonzaga Mayor Rene Salvanera lauded the initiatives of PIA and DNR climate change mitigation and adaptation. The official committed to support the actions that will avert the trends of climate change measure for the local folk to get adapted to the effects of climate change.
Nararamdaman ang epekto ng climate change. At hindi po natin gusto flat-footed o wala tayong nagagawa dahil alam naman natin na pwede at meron tayong gagawin.
PIA2 also linked with small sectors or sectoral groups to include the SWD's Pantawid Pamilya beneficiaries. The regional office joined in their family development sessions and took the opportunity to generate awareness among the beneficiaries and some barangay officials on the adverse effects of climate change and on what to do during disasters to save lives, properties, and livelihood. As part of the capacitation of LGUs, the local council of Dupax del Norte, Nueva Vizcaya accommodated PIA and Penro Nueva Vizcaya during their SB session to discuss the climate change adaptation and mitigation measures. The agency conducted Children Environment Exposure Trip, wherein 60 elementary pupils of the Santa Teresa Elementary School were exposed to the operations of the Clonal Nursery and the DNR-managed Forest Park at Carig, Tuguegarao City. To see is to believe, the motto which inspired PIA to bring media and student leaders to the successful projects on environmental protection to include the National Greening Program sites, best school implementers on solid waste management, fish hatchery, and the integrated coastal resources management projects. As a result, media practitioners came out with documentaries and travelogues in their projects and played the same over their respective agencies. PIA Regional Director Purita Licas was tapped as resource speaker in the 5th Cagayan Valley Regional Youth Congress and the 2nd Green Agenda at St. Paul University, Philippines, where she discussed the role of the youth in climate change mitigation and adaptation.
The agency where I belong is constantly in contact with people who are studying our climate change.
The director was also invited by the Regional Development Council of Region 2 in its Planners Convention, where she discussed the components of the joint PIA and DNR project. The partnership program now made PIA one of the most sought-after agencies in Region 2, as it is known to be the lead advocate in climate change mitigation and adaptation. Though the regional office has only a few staff, PIA, in close collaboration with DENR, now make a difference. We are building environment-friendly communities. We are creating a disaster-resilient region. We are developing and organizing climate change mitigation and adaptation advocates into one mind, one heart, one accord, one action towards one purpose, creating awareness and encouraging people to take action to save Mother Earth.
Panapanahon ng pagkakataon, may babalik ba ang